Hey everybody, welcome. This is going to be a new game. It's going to be the Chaos Team exactly as planned by Hustler1 from Snarltoof, Smashas. I'm here again with Sierra Kilo. How you doing, man?
Greetings. I'm doing well, thank you.
So, it's been a while since we did a recap. We've both been pretty busy, but this should be a good game.
Yeah, I'm really excited to kind of bang through some of these older videos so we can get into the meat and potatoes of these newer weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So two pretty like teams. We got Chaos that has a little bit more mobility, but Orcs that are a little tougher.
Yeah, those black Orcs are pretty tricky, and having 4 of them there is it's a little bit of a challenge.
He hasn't leveled any of them, and it actually looks like none of them have star player points.
Any star player points.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's what happens when you go against a bunch of big dudes. You just can't hurt them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that makes a big difference.
It actually looks like he doesn't have much level. Alright, so you got a Blitzer at level 2. He's got a lineman at level 2. And another lineman at level 2. Or was it? Yep. And,
yep.
And then another Blitzer.
So Blitzer's ready to pop, though. That'll be good.
Yeah. And then Chaos Warriors, ooh, he's got one at 9. So that's good. And that's the one he takes off the line. Okay, so unless this is not his endings lineup, that was an interesting choice, keeping those Chaos Warriors off the line and putting those Beastmen that have horns on the line.
Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly the way that you'd go to play it, but I mean, those guys are, well...
It should have been
really, you only get one blitz per turn, and that's when those horns really makes the difference.
Yeah, but having them available...
Right, agreed.
And not just feeding your... I know it's overvalue 8, which is nice, but not just automatically feeding it. Really a better setup, especially if you're the receiving team. No idea what the kickoff event is. Perfect defense. Alright, so what a better defense might have been was putting all 4 of your strength 4 guys against them and then using one Beastman on either side to give you the assist to actually put down every Black Orc.
Yes, exactly. That's the waterfall effect on those lines, is you have to create that one overage so you get the 2-die block.
And it looks like with the perfect defense that Masrak is actually looking at this and making the difference there.
Right.
With a couple good positioning from exactly his plan, you could change it, but I don't think he's going to based on what his initial line setup was.
Right.
Look for that blitz real early.
Yeah, that's a little too early in my opinion. We got a lot of
ball
movement.
You got a defender stubbles and a push. Lineman going down for that one. Knockout.
Nice.
Okay, so there we go. As long as that Beastman can take out that lineman, he's got no assist in doing it, but we could start getting that effect going on.
Right.
Still looking for that blitz. Not really sure where to put the assist at. All right.
Yeah. See, what I'd like to see is him trying to look at. I mean, at least look at where that ball's going to end up.
Yep.
You know, because he has to start thinking of where to create that pocket and which guys to move to move that ball up and still be able to protect it. Because if he goes all out and puts everybody on the line, then a lucky dodge or a blitz can open up one side and you can get penetration into your backfield.
Yep. And you can see not looking out for those reroll used. Not utilizing your assist properly. He actually moved up with that Beastman after getting the assist with that Chaos Warrior. Not giving the extra assists for the rest of the guys on the line. He had to actually waste a couple more players on the line to get those assists.
Right, and that makes a big difference when it comes to how you're going to create your holes and develop lanes to go through. Because if you just have everybody on the line, then the center of the field, where most everybody's knocked down, it's still impenetrable.
He's invested 8 players, now looks like 9 players on 4 players. Or sorry, 5, because that lineman.
And now wings are available, and I don't know what he's going to do to, just his big hand bringing the ball up. But he's going to still be way back there, so most of his guys are going to be in tackle zones. It's going to be tough to pull the rest of his team off the line after the Smashas turn.
I don't really know what the point of that going for it was, but it got him one extra cell.
I've noticed that he does that every once in a while.
It's a 2+. I mean, I can't say that I've seen it before that people just take going for it for nothing, but I mean, if it works, right?
Yeah, I mean, can't argue with the results, but at the same time, you're looking at 3-team rerolls. That's not really where you want to be, that deep in your own end zone with your flanks open and to drop the ball there.
Okay,
but
so...
I mean, the end of the turn.
Yeah. Blitzer's coming up that wide zone. But...
And this is a position where you want to be playing nothing but defense first for the Smashas, is position, 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 and then do what makes sense, because all you want to do is try to suck up tackle zones and make your opponent dodge.
Yeah, again, with the going for it's that actually achieved nothing, and he's done 2 of them in his turn.
Right.
If anything, he just, by moving that lineman, he's reduced his tackles. Bless you.
Exactly.
Reduced
his coverage.
Exactly. He does mark the beastman, which is a good idea. I think I would have marked it with the lineman instead, but...
I agree. I would have marked him and then not gone... I wouldn't have gone for the blitz, personally. I mean, it turns out in his favor, and then he's got to move off of that.
He didn't really have any other blitz options. All of his other guys are tied up, so I see that blitz as the only viable option. Keep that beastman by himself. It's 4-on-1 right now because that one's on the ground.
Right. Let's see how this line works out. That's going to make a difference for the next turn.
He should be able to decimate it. That was a bad roll. But he should be able to decimate it because the beastmen are in there. He can take out each of those beastmen.
Right. Evens.
Yes. He actually chose, or rather, wow, he both downs, and then he rerolled to attacker downs. So that was really, really bad luck.
That's going to be a big deal because now he's got...
Actually... The way that exactly his plan's playing, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. He's committing 9 guys to the line, unless he starts pulling those guys at the lines.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He had 4 guys clear, but he's not even looking to come back and support.
Exactly. So
you need to mark those players so that you can create a lane out. Okay,
3 turns used and 3 rerolls used for both players right now. We're looking at 1 left for exactly his plan, and 4 for the Snarltoof Smashas. Really just turning into a hitting game.
Yeah, and that's really what, I mean, it's going to eventually. Why delve into it early enough when you have that kind of freedom to do it? I mean, this is, with that deep penetration, you need to mark those guys so that they can't, so they're going to have to throw a dodge roll out. Create a lane one way or another, and he had players free to do it.
Yeah, he still has 3 players that are relative to the line that are still open for help. But none of them really have the movement allowance to get deep in there.
Right.
Moves the carrier up, and it looks like he's going to go for a cage. Don't know why he didn't go for that extra step. I guess he's just utilizing that 1 beastman as the cage. There's no real... Still 1 more up, which you could still create a very good cage. I think he's looking too many at very basic cage strategies and not kind of opening up the box.
Right. Because you don't need to actually cage there. All you need to do is put a body between the ball carrier. If you mark one of the players...
Okay. Not a bad choice. The beastman catching didn't really have any negative modifiers.
I mean, that would, yeah, given that situation, that was the player to throw it to.
Well,
I'm glad to see that there were no negative modifiers, but...
I actually disagree. If he would have gone 1 more space up, I think it would have been enough for a short pass to the beastman in the very middle on top of that emblem, and he's got no negative modifiers either.
Oh, that's a good call. I didn't even see him.
And then that one could have done a handoff to the other beastman and got him way back there, and nobody but that thrower could have done anything.
Yep.
Very nice.
And then
thrower.
the pass.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, that's capitalizing on it. A little bit of a risky move, not a very necessary risky move. He had the body's deep field to actually hold
And
that pressure
he's going for it again.
for no reason. Those two.
Nope. It's going to be a next turn anyway.
The only thing is maybe he got away from the Beastmen, but he didn't. The Beastmen are still there. They still have the perfect movement allowance to get to him.
Right. What the plan there would have been, instead of going for the traditional box, would have been to put a body between them, so they had to dodge around, and then add to their movement. Still getting it. If he does that, he can still mark the player.
Yep. The push is perfectly fine. Just pick the right way. That was the correct way. So what's most likely going to happen? Oh, nope, moves him up. That's good.
Good.
He's in it.
Seeing it's because it's funny how what we see and the plan that is being created are, you know, had we known that was the eventual move, it would have been less of a surprise. But yeah, based on your and my experience.
Another, man, he's not doing well on those line rolls.
Yeah.
And even stunned his own player. That's rough.
Yeah.
But he's basically being handed a touchdown, so you can't really complain.
So he chose not to re-roll that, which is the...
No, he did use the reroll.
Oh, he did use the re-roll.
Yeah, it was 2 attackers down, then 2 both downs.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I don't know if I'd have used one there.
Alright, so the ball is actually going to get knocked out. Beastman only on a 3+ dodge roll for the blitz. It happens. Honestly, just kind of trying to circumvent the Beastman, because the blitzer was open to kind of block its lane of movement after doing those going for it. You could really make it a tough blitz. But instead he opted to try to knock down the Beastman. It looks like this is going to turn the game around and turn it into less of a hitting game, and right as I say that, he throws a block.
Perfectly how it works.
Because this should be a moment where you get scared and you realize that, oh, this game is about the ball.
Right.
Just really wanting to do that damage. Not even... It's got 2 players ready to mark the thrower. And... it's just interesting. Plus, you can get that thrower in a good position to just, if you blitz with the Beastman, or even the Chaos Warrior in this case might be a better blitz, because you could hit him from the side, knock him onto the
one up, yeah, knock him one up and then knock him out.
Yep. If you get him onto the sideline, then if you blitz with the Chaos Warrior, when he stands him up, the Chaos Warrior can just push him back with 2 dice.
Right.
One instance where I think the blitz with the Chaos Warrior is better. And then he marks him at that angle. Not terrible. I mean, it keeps him from getting a 3+ to just directly run for it.
Right. He's going to have to either go well around or take 2 dodge rolls.
And this is interesting. He just watched himself do a 3+ to get the ball, and then, just instead of moving that Beastman that was up there to kind of do another block on that blitzer,
yeah,
or at least mark him, he marked somebody way far away from the ball. Interesting, but it was a good touchdown by Masrak. He, exactly as planned, tried, but just didn't make the correct choices. Didn't get that knockout back.
Yeah, that's early in the first half and player down on a team that's pretty evenly matched.
Looking at 10, and I don't think he has an extra player, so that's 10
That
on.
was something I was pretty grateful that I've done, is get another player.
Yep. Exactly as planned. Now at no re-rolls. Wow. Masrak even had a Bloodweiser babe and still failed the KO.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Somebody is not paying attention. And I think it's exactly as planned. Because I haven't seen anybody move in a while.
Yeah.
Must be still reeling from that touchdown.
Grabbing the second box of Kleenex.
Yeah. And that last drive was just to show what happens when you focus too much on the block and don't cover your areas. Even if that pass would have failed, if he had had more coverage on the field, it wouldn't have just been a clear grab, pass, and run.
Right. I mean, he was outnumbered in his own backfield significantly, and that's
on the
tough
first
to
turn.
Yeah, but we watched that. We watched that develop. You know.
Yeah. And like it started out, all you had to do was invest 5 guys on the line, not 9, to get there with keeping that line down. I wish it would have shown where he selected the spot, because the way this pitch is, 13 squares including the including the end zone lengthwise, and then widthwise it's 15. There is a spot 6 spaces up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically, this one right here, where it's a reduced chance of going out.
Yeah, that.
And it's actually right where the Beastman is. It's 6 spaces both directions, so without a double bounce, it can't go out. I guess a single bounce if it gets a 6. But it's at least a reduced chance if you don't have kick.
Right. That was another good move that I ended up making. Was I really enjoy that kick.
I bet. If I ever get general, or rather doubles with my goblins, at some point I might get kicked, but there's a lot of abilities that I need.
Right.
Looking at that blitz again. So he gets the assist, he's going to blitz. Now this is a good choice because he does have claw, so putting down this orc is a good move. Now, I probably wouldn't have blitzed at that angle because that puts him, and especially with the follow-up, you're just allowed reprisal from that Black Orc, from Azag Eat Burn. But he knocks him down, so it's a moot point.
Yeah, that's good. That's what those guys are supposed to do. He's using them effectively as a player, but maybe we could see some slightly more advanced planning beforehand, pre-positioning for those kind of hits.
Yeah. He's now only investing 6 players in the line right now.
But he's still outmatched on the right flank there.
Yep.
Bringing some guys up for support, which is good. There you go.
That one, it's going to be tough because he's getting an assist, no longer getting it. Alright, so it's pretty safe other than the ability to just dodge right and go just a clear shot at that Beastman.
Yep, and that's the, that back right dodge roll and coming around.
Alright, invest another...
We'll see if the Smashas are confident enough in dodging and savvy enough to make sure that they move out of any tackle zone.
Mm-hmm.
To reduce the risk. So if that guy in the end dodges straight to the right, he's dodging into a tackle zone and gets a negative.
It's going to be tough. It looks like it's going to have to be the lineman. He has block anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll have to be all his going for it to avoid another dodge roll. But it might be worth it to pluck that ball.
Waterfalls, gets a blitz from the back.
Oh, never mind. Well, that's good protection. He's not going to get anybody unless he opens up that line now. However, he can get these 2 guys on the left to start putting pressure on the runner.
Yes.
Oh, goes right back.
just kidding. That's scary over there.
Yeah. Okay, makes an odd choice. I guess getting that extra safety back there, trying to keep that lead. Safety with block and tackle.
He's got it. I mean, if he prevents a touchdown, that's as good as anything you can do, because you're not really at this point in the match. you're not expecting to get a second touchdown before
Yeah.
half. So
I would
making sure you go into the half ahead.
Yeah. I would definitely invest at least one player along that left wide zone. Put him in to kind of funnel that ball one direction where you have your strength at. He's got more of his players over on this right side. Putting one player over there is either going to invest the blitz into something that's not going to gain him ground on the left side,
right,
or it's going to force him to funnel his ball carrier this way where the safety is waiting, all his players are waiting, he's protected this wide zone. It's a way to get set up, and this lineman is prime for it with that block.
Yep, and anybody that he can pull off of the line is a benefit to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got the strength on the line already.
Looking at that blitz. And actually a blitz onto this chaos where it wouldn't be a bad move, get him down and out of the way, and then start marking that ball carrier.
Yep.
Because the follow-up will get him in for free. He's just gonna... Ooh. Failed the going for it. Rerolls. One die attack for the push. Push isn't the worst thing. Kind of a risky move, but hey. And now if he can get this lineman over, start moving this way, he's really got him in a pretty bad situation.
Right. Now we'll see if...
Nope. Leaving that left zone open for him to just dodge left and take all his strengths on the left side.
Or we'll see if exactly his plan wants to use his blitz on that beast man.
Yeah, that'll probably happen. But a 3+ dodge over here, and then I mean, if you're trying to get that touchdown now, then give it a handoff or a pass to one of these beastmen over here.
Right. And declaring that blitz action is your action for the turn, so...
Yep. So he does blitz.
But he blitzes off the side, which is what I like to see.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what the plan is. He's having pretty decent luck on the line. 0 rerolls, and he's still putting people down.
Yep. That's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was a lot of rerolls used really fast.
Yes.
In the beginning, so it's kind of normaling out.
Well, if I remember correctly, a lot of them were used on... And I guess he didn't fail any go for it, so maybe they were all worth tackles. I think he did one on a pickup.
Right.
Oh, both down. So there comes that back around and not getting the perfect rolls.
Right, knocked out.
And that's the exactly as planned Hustler 1 patented reroll that KO with my Apothecary first half.
Yeah, that's just being a player down isn't that significant right now.
Especially with the opponent having the same player penalty. Masrak has a KO. Actually, 2 KOs now. And with the only being 3 turns left in the drive for both of them, I don't know how significant that Beastman is going to be with that stun.
Well, especially positionally, it's 0 consequence.
Mm-hmm. And it really... Oh, and he loses 1 anyways.
Like,
but, you know, we'll only eat our words if he actually gets an injury later.
yeah. I mean, I go games where I think I've only used my Apothecary once in this league, and it was to fix a death. And it was a death in the first turn of the... So, that was an easy choice. Going safety style.
Yeah, heavy safety. He just really wants to prevent this touchdown. I will say that Masterak hasn't had the best luck with rolls right now, but with exactly his plan, making a couple of poor choices and having 1 bad roll with that pass, it's kind of leveled out.
See, I don't traditionally think of these as passing teams. I kind of pass in a more controlled and certain environment if I develop the play specifically for a pass. But
it's one of those things. They're all agility 3, so passing is very viable, especially if a reroll available.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. But that's just how I don't see it as that.
Mm-hmm. Nor do I. I see them both as running teams, but it can be done. Nice stun. Okay, so really still not making any effort to protect that left zone with that free Beastman. Both down, and he's down. That'll be it for that. And this is why I always take the dodge roll.
Yeah.
But in his case, he doesn't have a reroll, so the block is actually a better odds than the dodge. Because you're looking at 2 dice that are basically a 3+ rather than a single die of a 3+.
Right. Well, it's the Smash's opportunity to capitalize.
Could potentially get a touchdown if he plays right and gets a little lucky.
Yep, there are definitely enough.
Oh, he's down.
Uh-oh.
That's good. Nice. Ball gets into a good position. Don't re-roll that. It's not necessary. He re-rolls it. Alright, so arguably a waste because the blitzer's not going to be able to do anything anyways.
Right. How many spaces can he move after that, or did he use all of his allowance?
He used all of his allowance.
Yeah, I wouldn't have bothered with that reroll.
Nope.
Would have tried to get some more position.
He may have thought that it was going to end his drive if he didn't pick it up.
That's true, but yeah, if the only time that happens is
if you actually actively go on top of the ball, not if it bounces. Alright, so ends his turn once again, and not really... At this point, I would have marked the Beastman with this player, and then not really been too worried about keeping safeties anymore. It would have to be like a really extreme play to get a touchdown. So I had to start moving that blitzer up to start helping.
Yes.
Because it is definitely worth this touchdown.
For certain.
Alright, so the blitzer's going down. Perfect bounce for the Smashas to get that touchdown still. Looking at movement allowance 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 going for it, and he can be in the end zone. Which, at this point, 1 turn left. If this lineman doesn't get knocked down, and he does... I think this is one of those instances that there's not really anything that exactly this plane can do, especially if I chuck this ball downfield. So dodge roll the blitzer in, and 1 going for it into the end zone, and then take the... It just so happens that a guy with sure hands is right there. Can do 1 dodge roll, pick up the ball, move as far as he can, maybe 2 more spaces, and then just huck the ball to him.
Sounds perfect.
With sure hands right there, that's actually a really... He's got 2 sure hands right there. 1 with pass even.
Yeah, that would be the one to go with.
Let's see if he does it. A lot of knockouts. Jeez, come on.
Yeah,
mercy.
That's how I felt when I played them. Ended up with a lot of guys on the... And I was able to get a blood rush.
Alright, he's doing it out of the order, so he's not going to be able to do it with Morg Fang. And he's not... So the play cannot be done any longer.
Yep, just stood him up instead of...
But he chooses to pick it up with the only guy without sure hands, which would have been
That works.
And use his final reroll. And that's just kind of looking at your players, man. You gotta... Alright, going for it's unnecessary. This Beastman can get you 2 dice. That's just looking at your players. Sure hands. You can give a good protection if you need to. I know he's just trying to get downfield, but at that point you can't get away from the Beastman. And especially with him being down all by himself down there.
Right. Unless you can put a body on that Beastman.
Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
No, there isn't. We still got that safety way deep.
God, I would have just loved to have seen him put that lineman, or I guess it was the blitzer, somebody put him down deep and then just get that touchdown. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah. But learning opportunity to recognize a situation and be able to take advantage of it.
And this is just as well. Something might have failed on that one, leaving the ball close by for the Beastman to pick up and take advantage of. So honestly, this move keeps it protected and gives him a more sure chance at a touchdown. Exactly his plan does have no re-rolls, and the only Beastman that has no rolls prior to hitting him has no blocks. So
true.
Oh my God, Knockout City. So that's 2-3 on the knockouts. And blitzes the wrong direction. Luckily gets the defender down, or else that would have been a 3+ to get a touchdown. However, now it's just a 3+3+. Nope. Okay, so now it's a 3+4+. No, sorry, 4+4+, because the Beastman's in the tackle zone.
That tackle zone.
Yeah, two coin. I think I'd go for it last turn. Nobody can.
There's zero risk.
Other than a dead player, but meh.
Well, I mean.
And does that. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, man. 2 coin flips for a potential touchdown. Looks like he gets his 1 knockout of his 2 back. And then Masterat gets 2.
Looking good.
So rerolls refresh and the teams are back. So it looks like they're both going to be 1 down. 10 on 10.
Those are odds I can deal with.
Yep. It's funny. The Bloodweiser Babes have not helped either team.
4+, yeah. 4+ fail, yeah. The successes were successes and the failures were failures.
Yeah. And it would have been either way.
If it were natural, it wouldn't have mattered.
Now I'm curious. I didn't watch the inducements because obviously this is just a replay, but why do both teams have Bloodweiser Babes?
That's a really...
I mean, I think one of the teams invested money into it. Gave petty cash.
Huh. Well, if one team did it, then the other team would have automatically gotten it if they were equally matched.
I don't think you get the difference of petty cash. Team value is determined prior to petty cash. Another kick off. Sure? Maybe not.
So I thought that by adding the petty cash into the inducements increased your... Yeah, see, that's a good question.
I can look it up. I got the rule book right here. Oh, there's that injury. It was a badly hurt on the Chaos side, first turn in the second half. Reroll there could have prevented the injury. Get player is out of the game forever now. Or rather, this game.
This game.
So, could have saved that one at 100% efficiency, because with a badly hurt, there's no chance of it failing.
Right. Yeah, those apothecaries are notoriously tricky. You could go from, badly hurt to dead. Just, you could go the exact opposite way.
Yep. Okay.
And a
2. Yep. Unnecessary going for it's dropping them. It happens. Maybe they'll learn. A 2+ is still a chance of failure, peeps.
I mean, what's the benefit of that? I mean,
You could get marked by 2 beastmen? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why that beastman went on to that, because he's stunned. He's down.
Yeah, I don't think he's paying attention. I don't think he knows, like, it's one of those things that some people have trouble distinguishing stun versus down.
Yeah, 3 stars between, the difference between 3 stars means they're getting up next turn.
Exactly.
I mean, that's that face down, face up as well.
And also reading your log if you see stunned.
I mean, that's how I did it in the beginning, was if they were face down, they were not coming back next turn. Play is on the ground. Ready for redemption. Let's see it.
Okay.
So I'm curious what he's setting up to do for next turn.
It looks like he's wanting to do a pass. I think he's getting a little cocky with the last time that pass worked, and with him being 1-up, he's trying to set up for a pass without properly protecting his wide zone in case of a failed pass. Still hasn't moved the thrower, and other than this, or these 2 could both end that blitzer. So, but neither one of them have blocked. So,
right. But that's kind of my thing is is he just purposely? I mean, if you're just gonna purposefully not make a decision one side to the other and let your opponent do it.
might just want to pass it to get it upfield. Yep, there you go. If you're not going to protect him, at least get the ball downfield on the opponent so your opponent has to get onto the back foot.
Right.
Probably not a good setup to begin with, but it's the same problem that the Sunday Speedwalkers have, setting up for that first turn, setting it up, and then getting the pass. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Instead of getting downfield for the pass that it's going to immediately make a touchdown, they make a 1 turn until a touchdown pass, which usually ends in tragedy.
Yeah, I have.
Wow. Why? Not only blitzed, but a 1-die blitz for no reason. That was ridiculous. It's completely unnecessary. He could have forced the opponent to do a 1-die block.
Right.
Both attackers down. Reroll 2. Defender down, both down. Alright, so the carrier's down. And that's the importance of...
Is he going to go for a pickup, or...?
At least stand next to it?
Yeah.
Nope. He's going to pick up somebody else. Oh, goes for the grab. Has nobody downfield, so that's not going to happen, but he can get set up behind the line. Or he can stand there vigilantly.
Cast warrior back a little bit and kind of pull some of the line around.
Mm-hmm. Because he's got strong on this wide zone over here.
Right.
Or do that. I have no idea who he was passing to.
I don't know why they're passing so much. They're not, if their passing is like, I don't know what else to do, so pass the ball for movement, but...
Don't pass the ball when you're outnumbered in your downfield.
Yeah, I mean, teams like this, that's why I'm saying that I don't like the pass for this, because they need to kind of slowly and surely grind their way down the field. And a pass is great if you can create an opportunity for it, but passing out of the backfield, no, it's not in my personal repertoire of moves. That's what I'd consider a last-ditch effort, or two turns left and I'm down by 1 kind of thing, where I'm going to have to...
Again, with the going for it. There we go. Mark him. It's still a 3+ to get to him, and he's going to get, yeah. So that mark didn't really make much difference. I would have probably actually, if I could have, if I had the movement allowance, set that blitzer up next to the ball carrier so that it was tougher for him to get that 2 die on him.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Didn't re-roll it. That's good.
Yeah, don't burn him unless you got to.
Yeah, I agree. I agree to an extent. I think the passing can be used effectively. I just think on the same side that this last 2 turns have not been effective use of the pass. I kind of, maybe with the Snarltoof Smashas getting up that right there, I don't think I would have been ballsy enough to go for that ball pickup with 1 tackle zone, but with sure hands, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's only a 4+. Now, interesting enough, he can easily push that player off the pitch, but I don't know if he wants to because he's the ball carrier. That ball could end up in a space you don't want it.
Yeah.
But if he wants to, set that lineman up to get the assist and then blitz with that lineman.
I really don't see a disadvantageous position for that.
No, he's got him tied up everywhere except for where he's got guys free.
Yeah.
It's just right now with it being 3 spaces from the end zone, it's kind of like, what happens if it goes all the way back on my side?
Yeah.
I mean, the odds are really, really low, but they're there. But I think at this point, with how much he's got exactly his plan on the back foot, it might be the best decision. And still just walloping on that line, not looking to assist or anything.
Yeah, that's how Ducky Shoes' Tree Man got so many star player points early in the season. People would just stand on the line and not try to make any sort of effort to get away.
Yep. Alright, let's see what Masaryk can do. Block, so good.
Oh, I'm such a fan of block.
It's arguably broken. Poor decision on the blitz, I think. Unless, yep, 2 attacker down, gonna have to reroll. Has already used the reroll for the dodge, so he's done.
Ugh. That one was hard to watch.
Yeah, but for some reason he blitzed with a guy that needed a dodge roll. He had this guy open with block. It was a no. It was
try to use that guy to pick it up, or he was maybe he was going to have.
It was an unnecessary risk to do the dodge when you had this. Like, yeah, the sure hands would have been nice, but I don't know. Meh.
Yeah, having actually had a turn would have been nicer.
Yeah. Maybe pick up some of your black orcs before doing all that.
For instance. I mean, this is a great opportunity now. Exactly's plan has
the momentum.
And just absolutely free use of those players that used to be tied up on the line.
And this is an instance where I think chucking that ball might be the best move.
Yeah, just getting it out of there.
Like, knock this thrower down exactly with the Chaos Warrior, chuck it to the Beastman. Beastman's got a touchdown all day. There you go. Now just chuck it. Because you're not getting out of there. It's a -1, so you're looking at a 5+ throw.
And the worst case scenario, I mean, there's nobody there. Well, there's nobody there that can affect that pass afterwards. You know, like the next turn, everybody's tied up already, so you could just pick it up next time. That would have been the best way to get the ball out of there.
Okay, so he made it a little simpler of a pass, but I guess that's fine. Got it with a reroll on the catch, actually. Or sorry, a reroll on the pass. It was initially a failure.
That'll go.
Nope. I was right the first time. I think.
I was right the first time.
I don't know anymore. Yeah, because it was an accurate pass initially, and then he failed to catch by 1.
So what's he doing with those Black Orcs.
Nothing. Yeah, he definitely should have picked those up first. They're no roll necessary. He got a little bit too zealous about getting that guy in there, and it really screwed him. This might actually lose him the victory and get him a tie because he did not stand up those Black Orcs.
Absolutely, and those Chaos Warriors are able to move around.
But he didn't move them, so...
Yeah, which is, I mean...
And the worst part is they outpaced the Black Orcs.
They outnumber him, yeah, he's in
he could have moved...
bad position.
Yeah, the Chaos Warriors could have moved away and been faster than the Black Orcs. Black Orcs would have never caught him.
Yep.
And they're all Agility 3 as opposed to the Black Orcs being Agility 2, so they're all viable ball movers.
Yep. It's still set up to be a touchdown.
I think exactly his plan may have lost the momentum.
He did based on not getting those Chaos Warriors free. But aside from that,
shocking! A one-die block didn't work. And these are
what's the odds on that? Better than average.
No, 66% success rate.
We see that so often. We keep trying to preach that. Unless it's really necessary, it's better to make the other guy do that.
Why would he blitz first and not move the ball carrier? The ball carrier had no rolls to make. Get that ball out of there. Come on, guys, stop blocking. Play Blood Bowl.
Now he's gonna. Oh, man.
Talk about just like trading bad decisions.
Yeah, I mean, at least they're going 50-50 on it.
You know what? I failed plenty of go for it. Let's go for more unnecessary ones.
I mean, both these guys should just get sprint on all their guys.
Or sure feet.
They can get one extra time per player.
There you go. That's right. They're not worried about actually failing, so sure feet wouldn't help them. Because this did not change the game at all.
No, I would much rather fail dodge rolls or use re-rolls dodging a way to get in better position than
committing all blitzes and blocks to this line instead of where it's important. Just fine.
This isn't WrestleMania. I mean, you have to get the ball to the touchline.
Exactly. And look, he would have had an open blitz right there if he wouldn't have used that blitz over there. It would have been a perfect blitz to the ball carrier with an assist. Did he think he had an assist there? There was a one... hate. He set up with two adjacent and then did a one-die block. Alright, for anybody viewing at home, the 3 people in the league that watch this, anything that happens on the line doesn't matter. It's there as a smoke screen. You do that to your opponent so that they fail rolls early and don't do important things. So you should be doing all your important stuff over here. Your blitz can usually be used to assist you in dislodging the ball. Or just fight over the line. The line is mine. I am the king of this hill. Look at the difference in blood on the pitch.
Yep.
It's all here. Oh, and look, those go-for-its didn't stop him at all. It's just frustrating. I know we're sounding like dicks right now, but it's just very frustrating. This is a Week 5 game, and we're still saying the same words. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Yep. The one thing that I do have to say is the only person who's beat me so far is exactly his plan by 1. So he had a 16th turn touchdown on me. So he's the only person who can actually come back and say, well, you know what, I beat you.
Yeah. And I guess I'm also talking from a standpoint of 0 wins.
Yeah, so there's that. But I still think that when you watch the games, the technical aspects of it are apparent, because even when you fail something, you don't leave yourself, ass flapping in the wind. Like you plan on. Anytime that I do something, I go, well, what happens if I fail this? And can I create a situation before I do anything that has a chance of failing to mitigate that?
Yeah. Hey, you failed to go for it. After failing a go for it.
Maybe both these guys should play L's next time.
Yeah, get that movement allowance increase. But it's one of those things that if he was properly, this ball positioning, there's 100 reasons why this is happening. But one of the big reasons that he's not getting properly protected is because he's over here fighting on the line instead.
Right.
I mean, what? He's got a
You don't have to match up. All you have to do is create a line, like a defensive, like a one-off line.
Well, I understand the black orcs being there, but he's got a blitzer with tackle and a lineman with block over there. It's not necessary to be in there. Okay, so he failed the dodge roll because he has no rerolls left.
Yeah. So I'm actually excited to do the weekly recap, because I actually did a tally. This is just a little bit of a spoiler, but I did a tally of how many touchdowns every player has gotten and how many touchdowns they've given up. And
nice.
It's kind of interesting.
That's very interesting.
It will be, and I'll even share it with you when we do the recap.
I am excited and waiting with bated breath.
I haven't done anything for week 6 yet, but
all right.
I have it on for week 5.
So, wow. So everybody's used all their rerolls. The dodge roll right there really messed it up. Goes in, picks it up, gets a pass, and gets a touchdown. So, all it took...
Commentators, the fucking pass is the way to go.
Well, if you have a thrower with pass.
Yeah.
No, I still say that throwing is a viable option, and in that case, after all that ridiculousness, it was okay.
No, that's the exact perfect time that I'd start thinking of it, is the opportunity was there, and that was a really good opportunity, and it's kind of like a desperation move, where you're looking at it and saying, well, worst case scenario, I have the ball downfield, and I've got, when you're running out of turns, that's what you got to do. It's
a common goblin strategy. It's called why the fuck not.
Right. It's perfect. Or the Umbrella Corps is, well, this is a bad idea. Here goes nothing.
But it's a little different when you have Agility 5 Vampire.
Right,
those
right.
quote-unquote bad ideas.
I mean, that...
I don't know
the
if
skill level of these players makes a big difference in how you use them.
Yes. I think I will say that they are getting better, but I think they only play better when they play up. Each one of these players plays a lot better when they're playing against somebody that has a higher skill level than them. When you kind of throw them into a pit and throw down a beer bottle, then they just start kind of tarding out and going full potato.
Yeah. Look at it. Just too much. Well, that doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
Now it's all blood, but...
Yeah, this is the part where I'm like, put everybody on the line so that you can smash them so they have a bad time next game, especially for exactly as planned. I'm losing, so I'm just going to make your next game terrible.
Right.
That's also a goblin strategy.
The first turn is a goblin strategy. I'm probably going to lose this, so I'm just going to throw a bomb. I'm gonna use a chainsaw, and then this guy's going to spin around with a giant ball and chain just to try to wreck you.
Yeah.
That's why I love watching you when you get when you receive first, because the devastation it's caused.
And people in the league are still shocked by it. That's my favorite part. They're still just like, oh my god. It's like, yeah, that's what we do. We smash that dick off for like 4 turns. Alright, so at this point, maybe get a pass in after whooping that ass just to get 1-star player point, but the last turn, just do what you've been doing the entire game.
Right, go for it. Make sure to get the ball carrier to take 2 going for it before you do anything.
Yeah. No, but overall, this was it was kind of like watching 2 greased-up monkeys fighting over a football. But it was entertaining at least. And
it was. It's just the amount of mayhem that was going on.
It's true. And all these KOs. Really, only one badly hurt, so no bad injuries. So nobody left with bad taste in their mouth so far.
Yeah.
I don't think he's watching the turn.
Yeah. Is he gonna? I would really love to see you going for it right now. That would make my day.
I don't think he has the ability. Oh, I guess he's got 2 guys that aren't marked. See, my question is, when he had that perfect defense, why did he throw this guy up here?
Yeah. That block, that...
If you wanted to assist, put him over here.
I might have to start drinking if we're gonna do too many moves.
I think if it wasn't for my 12-hour rule, I think I'd do the same. Oh, alright. Game! Alright, everybody, thanks for watching. We're going to see you soon with more reviews. Like and subscribe. I'm here with Sierra Kilo.
Greetings.
Alright.
That's what I'm going to do from now on.
Alright, see you guys later.
Yeah.